Good morning. I barely made it. It is 11 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and it's been overcast for the past couple of days. And so um, we are in this eclipse window. And when the energy is overcast for me, I go slow. And Friday's a day, Friday is Venus Day. Yay, we made it to Venus Day. I'm so excited. I love Venus Day, it's my favorite. Um, And why? Why is it my favorite? Because Venus is pure, like, feminine energy. It's all about the stuff that we love, like food and relationship and beauty and creativity and like you never really want this thing away because it's about restoration. It's about really bringing ourselves back to ourselves. And how do we do that? But the food we eat and the people that we're with and the art and the things that are not mental, things that really stimulate our sensory body, our feelings. Venus is about our feelings. So I'm going to talk about that. But because today's Venus Day is the day that I ask for donations or reciprocity. Really, what it is reciprocity. So whatever you gain here, like in this little corner of the world, in this little corner of cyberspace, whatever you get from what it is that I offer, however you benefit from being here, um, this is an opportunity to acknowledge that. Like you can just acknowledge with yourself or send me a private message or share here, or you can give me a donation. My Cash App is $ Monique Ruffin. My Venmo app is @ Monique Ruffin. And the reciprocity thing is so significant. And I'm going to talk more about that because we're going to see what I'm talking about. Because right now, Venus is about to do some retrograde stuff. And Venus is about to line up with Pluto, and we can feel how this emotional energy pulls us, right? And so it's this reciprocity piece is really understanding that there is a ebb and a flow, right? That what you put out, you get back, and that there is a circle. And in order for you to experience the reciprocity, you have to be, the Bible's equally yoked, right? But it's an equal frequency. It's a frequency match. And one of the things that I'm beginning to realize as I really work to, gosh, I wrote some things down, and where'd they go? Okay, great. Hold on one second. Okay. That I'm beginning to realize is how important it is for us to understand how we're sharing our energy. Oh, Lord have mercy. And it is because we're born into an environment where the rules have been set by others before we got here, right? That's the thing that I'm beginning to realize. Like this American system is a construct that we've all been born into. And the way we do things is the way this system wants us to do things. It's the way we are trained and conditioned to do things. Now, it just so happens that this system works against nature. It goes against the natural flow of what actually feels good, what actually feels aligned, which was always my challenge as a child because I was like, "Oh, I feel this, but people are saying this." It's like it's this, as children oftentimes, or many of us, we're very intuitive, very sort of psychic, and you can feel the energy, but the language might not match the energy, right? And that's because we have been indoctrinated and conditioned in systems and practices that have us function outside of ourselves, that have us function in opposite it, that where everything is upside down. That's what I want to say. Okay, so Venus, we are in a new moon today. The moon is in Sagittarius. We're having a new moon, full solar lunar eclipse in Sag. This eclipse wormhole started in Taurus a couple of weeks ago, and the ruler of this eclipse is Venus. The ruler of this eclipse window is Venus, and Venus is at 22 degrees of Capricorn and 2 degrees away from Pluto. And all I can say is, can you feel the emotional pull? Can you feel that energy? Because Pluto is your power, Pluto is desire, Venus is your emotions. So a lot of people might be moving into new relationships, love connections, all that kind of stuff. It's also money and business. So there's a lot of new business ideas and, partnerships and things like that. But the thing that is the most important for me, because I'm working with healing, my thing is about healing, and that is to let go of the old constructs, because Pluto is about death. And so there are things and ways of being that we have been functioning up till now that are outdated, that need to be released. I'm sorry, I need to open my door because I'm about to have a hot flash. Okay. Okay, so there are things, that patterns and behaviors that we have been behaving in, that are, it's time to release them. And if you pay attention to your desires, pay attention to your love desires, pay attention to your yoni, pay attention to that area, pay attention to your second chakra. What's it calling you to, right? So I know, like for me, I have had a tendency to really use my emotional power and energy, because that's what this is. This is emotional power. This is what they do with politics, right? They get us all emotional and, we hate them. We hate them. Oh my God, we hate them. And then you're going to go and vote. And then you go and give that energy of hate, and, or we want this and this has to happen. You go and vote and you give that emotional power to the government, to the systems, right? And because it's an energetic system, it seems like an innocuous thing. I'm going to just go vote and they're going to take care of it. But it's a really significant thing. You literally are giving them your life force through intention, through feeling, through passion, through belief, through behavior. All of that stuff is what is keeping this system that we live in alive, and it is dying. And that's why it's starting to collapse and things don't work anymore. And, we're always at odds with one another and all those things, because the system is beginning to corrode. Thank you. The system is beginning to corrode. To the person that said, I love this color on you. Thank you. The system is beginning to corrode. And so as the system corrodes, the way you have been tied into the system, the way you have believed in it, the way you have practiced, the way you need to reorganize that energy, that emotional power, those ways of being. So for me, for instance, these are some of the things that I have done. I used to drive to work every day. I used to use the post office. There's so many things that I used to do that took my energy, that took my time, that I don't use anymore at all, right? And all of that is energy that then comes back, that then gets to be used for something new. So here's the thing that's going on with this eclipse window and Uranus and Taurus. Our entire country is going to come undone, right? There was a politician who was running for president last year, the last time when they were, and he was talking about we were going to need a universal income, because everything is going to be automated. Like, things are going to be automated, and they are not going to need people to do the things that people have been doing. So here is why we have to get hold of our emotional power and energy and internal world, so we can begin to reorganize our minds and thinking and ways of being towards a new reality that is going to build a new world. Because the things that we have been going to get educated for and getting degrees for and all those systems are dying. The reasons we needed all of these systems to help us, or those things are coming undone, right? Like we saw a few years ago, they've been cheating to get into these Ivy League schools. All these Ivy League schools now have free courses online that you can take and you ain't got to pay a motherfucking thing for. So why do you need to go get a degree? Why, right? If you can, as we see, the medical industry is already failing because the doctors are not studying holistic medicine. So they are making themselves obsolete. So we're going to have to learn how to heal ourselves. So that system is coming undone. The education system is coming undone. All of these systems are beginning to collapse. So you have to see how you have relied upon them. How have you relied and practiced and done all, and then what now, if you don't rely on them that way anymore, bring all that energy into yourself, and what can you use it for? What can that energy now be used for? That is your emotional power. That is how we've been giving our power away. Like, I'm going to vote and the president is going to do this thing, and then they don't do it. And that's emotional power. You're wanting people to fulfill something that no one else can fulfill upon. That's what we're looking at right now. The world is changing, y'all. That shit is over with. It is done. This eclipse is coming. Then we're going to have another Mercury retrograde in January in Aquarius. And the systems are dying. They are. And so, y'all, Friday is the new Sunday. He said, "Bro, that's so sweet. Friday's the new Sunday." Yeah, because Venus Day. So, like, we are all in this together, and we have never lived through anything like this. We really haven't. But here's what I will say. There have been many civilizations that have come up on the edge of this and perished. That's the reason that we don't, because the earth is billions of years old. We've been told about the world what they have written and given us in the history books, right? So there have been other civilizations that have lived and perished because they have come to the end of their energetic frequency, and some natural calamity took them. And that could be our root as well. Maybe, you know what I mean? I'm not a prophet like that. I can't say what that is going to be, right? But what I can say is that we have a choice every moment. And we have a choice to adhere to nature, or we have a choice to adhere to man. And if we adhere to man, we are on our way down. We are on our way down because those those practices of capitalism and these systems are draining the energy and not allowing us to realign ourselves in ways that continue. It's unsustainable, is what I'm trying to say. It's unsustainable. So if we want to align to nature, align to the feminine, then everything is taken care of. Everything is provided for, because the feminine is inclusive. It does not differ. It does not say you are worthy and you are not. You are white, so you get this, and you are black, so you don't. I'm just like, and all of this stuff is at the core white supremacy. It's all ownership and all, predatory, and it's just anchored in scarcity and things that it's time for it to be over. And it's had its run, right? We're gonna give it a standing ovation. Give it a standing ovation and let the motherfucker leave, because it is done with. It is over. We have had our experience of this, and thank you, because we don't want to make everything serves its purpose. It served its purpose. It's served, and we give thanks for it, and we are grateful. And now your time is complete. So this Venus is in Capricorn, and this energy, like, I can feel myself, the emotions, right? Like, all I want to do is just roll around in a pile of 17,000 penises. That's all I want, because that's the feeling. And if you're somebody who has a lot of feeling, right? Like, I'm a person, I carry a lot of feelings. Like, I have a lot. Pluto is conjunct my sun, so I have a great deal of passion that runs through my body. And so when this is happening, all I can think of is like, Lord have mercy, who can I call? What can I do? And it's ridiculous. So I'm literally breathing in the bathtub, just doing the work to really be with my own energy and notice, and spirit is showing me, notice your addiction to external desire. Notice that you, rather than be with the feeling and the energy and the power that is within your body, that is within your own temple, your desire is to give it away to somebody. Your desire is to make it be about something else or somebody else other than feel your own power. Feel the pulse and the energy and the essence of life that is moving through you. Feel it, allow it, embrace it. So I've been doing a lot of breath work. And if I was a man, I would be taking cold showers. I'm not taking cold showers, but I am breathing. I'm sitting in the bathtub. I'm just practicing. I've been doing a lot of perineal breath work. I've been breathing and pulling in my perineum, pulling the energy up to my heart so that I can then circulate it and not have it be stuck in the ways that I have it. Because like I said, as women, we know as women, we are geared from a very young age towards fantasies and love and Prince Charming, and he's going to come and save you, and Jesus Christ, and like your husband, and like all of these external things. We're conditioned as women to move to this external thing constantly. It's always somebody out there that is going to do the thing that you need, that you desire to have done, right? So that's what this Venus in retrograde, that's what this class is about. It's about reprogramming our consciousness so that we are not looking to the external to fulfill what we can create from within ourselves. So for those of you who have not registered for this class, we are in the shadow work. We have about another 2 weeks of it. I encourage you to register for the Venus retrograde and Venus retrograde and Capricorn shadow, pre-shadow work. And oh yes, and if you have Venus and Capricorn right now, I know you feel this in a big way. So we have to reprogram our energy, and we use rituals during the retrograde to do the reprogramming, because you want to follow nature. You want to follow what the universe is doing, right? And if you follow the universe, then it's like going downstream rather than going upstream. And I have to tell you, like, I am the queen of retrogrades, and nobody is doing the work that I'm doing to support people in getting their power and energy back with all of the retrograde classes that I offer. It really transforms your life in the most subtle ways, because it allows you to begin to interact with the unseen. And that is what we need to do. We need to interact. We need to be in relationship with the invisible. And that's what the retrograde classes help do. That's what the new moon rituals do. That's what the full moon rituals do, is it engages you and your subconscious into the cosmology consciously and intentionally. So yes, I'm just super excited. And I have my first live event tonight. So if you guys are local in Los Angeles, there's a flyer on my page. Come and be with us tonight. Me and Jeanette from Ascension Alchemy, we're going to be doing ritual for this energy to really bring us into the truth, bring us into the alignment of our truth. And here's the thing, wherever you are in your process right now is exactly where you need to be. Nothing is wrong. Everything is exactly perfect as it is. And in that, there is a becoming. There is always a shifting. There is always an expansion, right? And so if you are interested in really discovering the more of who you are, the more of what you can do, what you're capable of. That's the thing that I have discovered. Like, since I don't have to worry about how to drive through traffic, now I can envision, my child being happy and healthy, and I can spend time healing my karma. And since I'm not doing the things that I used to do, I can do new things with my energy that are healing and uplifting. And we all have the opportunity to do that as we're moving into this new world. All right. Peace and blessings, everyone. Let me see. Exciting. Wish I was there. I know you're going to be amazing. Thank you. I'm excited too. I'm really excited. I've been waiting all of my life. I have known that this time will come, that this energy will come, and that I was born for this particular time. I've known it all my life. And there were so many times I was just like, well, I don't get it. What's going on? Like it just lost, just couldn't find myself. And finally one day I sat down and I said, Spirit, what's up? Look, if you want me to do this, you need to let me know what's going on. Because if you don't get clear with me about what's happening, I'm going to leave this dimension and go somewhere else. And literally that very day, things started unfolding. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we are all here for a major transformational shift. And like I said, many humans have lived through something similar and been taken out by nature, right? Like they destroyed a library in Egypt, the Library of Alexandria, that had so much information that we don't even know. That's why we don't know the history of humans here, because it has been destroyed for a reason that was strategic, okay? But the memory is inside of you. The memory is inside of you. And if you sit and listen, you can begin to be directed from your own psyche. We don't need to read the books. We are the books. We are the Akashic record. We are it. If we listen, if we turn off the distractions, listen, pay attention, nature will teach you about who you are. All right. Peace and blessings, you all. I love y'all so very much. Okay. Bye. Bye bye.